I mean, I think I could have done a little bit better job controlling my own emotions, but I think it just started bad for us and then continued to snowball, and that's something we have to control a little bit better.
Wednesday, she was right there, though, with 18. Clark looking ahead and finds Boston.
Yeah, that's got to be a part of the scouting report.
Weaver backcourt has been the best in the WNBA here out of the break, and nobody defends it better than Minnesota. There's Mitchell, head full of steam, little scoop shots.
Caitlin Clark just scored 25 points, dished out 8 assists, and grabbed 8 rebounds. But here's the kicker, her team still lost. What happened in that game-changing third quarter that left fans shocked? You might be wondering, who is this Caitlin Clark? She's the new face of the WNBA, a rookie sensation who's got everyone talking. Clark's not just playing basketball, she's changing the game. Fans are flocking to see her in action and the league's buzzing with excitement. But this game, it was more than just another day on the court. It was Clark's chance to prove herself against the best, a battle where her skills were put to the test. And boy, did things take a wild turn. Here's the thing, we're about to break down that insane third quarter, the moment everything changed.
They would have one more win this year than each of the last 2 years combined. Oh, look at Mitchell, Clark, play and catch. And Clark cashes in on a three. Boston setting up Clark. ABC.
Beautiful basketball, great execution.
You won't believe what went down. Clark's journey, it's just getting started. And this game, it might be the chapter that defines her story. Just when you thought Clark couldn't be stopped, enter Cheryl Reeve. This coaching mastermind had a secret weapon up her sleeve that even Clark's 25-point performance couldn't overcome. What tactical genius did Reeve unleash? And why is it sending shockwaves through the WNBA? Cheryl Reeve isn't just any coach. She's a WNBA legend with a reputation for turning teams into champions. When news of Caitlin Clark's arrival in the league started making waves, Reeve wasn't exactly jumping on the hype train. In fact, she was downright dismissive. But something changed. As the game approached, Reeve's tune suddenly shifted. She started singing a different song about Clark, and it's got everyone wondering, what's really going on here? Let's break it down. Reeve, known for her no-nonsense approach, shocked fans when she started praising Clark's skills. She didn't just mention Clark's famous long-range shooting. No, Reeve zeroed in on something else entirely. Pace and passing, I think, are her two greatest things, Reeve said. I know the sexier part is the logo 3, but pace and passing is what makes her exceptional in my mind. Wait, what? The same coach who seemed unimpressed before was now calling Clark exceptional? Something big was brewing, but Reeve wasn't done. She went on to drop another bombshell. Everybody knows that the reason why our teams around the league are having sellouts are because Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever are coming to town. That's right. Reeve was openly admitting that Clark was changing the game off the court too. The tension was building. Fans were buzzing. This wasn't just another rookie versus veteran showdown. It was a clash of titans, the rising star against the established powerhouse. Clark's raw talent versus Reeve's tactical brilliance. Who would come out on top? As if the stakes weren't high enough, there was another layer to this story. The game was set against the backdrop of Maya Moore's jersey retirement. Moore, a WNBA legend in her own right, cast a long shadow over the court. And that's when Reeve dropped the biggest surprise of all. In a moment of candor, Reeve said something that left jaws on the floor. I wish one was playing for us. Either one. You heard that right. Cheryl Reeve, the coach who once seemed unimpressed by Clark, was now putting her in the same league as Maya Moore. That's not just praise, that's a seismic shift in the WNBA landscape.
I think there's a line, and sometimes your passion and your emotion can get to you, but that's never something I would ever change, or anybody on our team would change. So
Now, in between quarters, in between halves, to come out with the exact same energy, and especially that's one way to do it.
not only did we not execute on the offensive end in the third quarter, but I thought they destroyed us offensively. Our defense wasn't very good, so.
High praise quickly turned to harsh reality. Despite Clark's impressive stats, a disastrous third quarter revealed her kryptonite. What happened in those 12 minutes that neutralized one of the WNBA's most talked about rookies? The answer lies in a shocking turnaround that left fans scratching their heads. The Minnesota Lynx, led by coaching mastermind Cheryl Reeve, outscored the Indiana Fever by a whopping 17 points in the third quarter. It was a momentum shift so dramatic, it felt like watching a different game altogether. But here's the kicker, Reeve didn't even call a timeout during the Fever's struggles. That's right, she let the chaos unfold, watching as Clark and her team floundered. It was a bold move that paid off big time, completely flipping the script on what started as Clark's showcase. So what went wrong for the rookie sensation? Well, turnovers became Clark's Achilles heel. She coughed up the ball 7 times during the game. That's 7 missed opportunities, 7 chances for the Lynx to capitalize. And capitalize they did. You might be thinking, but wait, didn't Clark still put up impressive numbers? You're not wrong. 25 points, 8 assists, and 8 rebounds is nothing to sneeze at. But basketball isn't just about individual stats. It's about how those numbers translate to team success. And in this case, Clark's personal achievements couldn't save her team from defeat. The real game changer? The Lynx's defensive adjustments in the second half. They put the clamps on the Fever's offense, limiting them to a measly 8 points in the paint. That's a far cry from the 26 points they allowed in the first half. It was like watching a completely different team take the court. Reeves' post-game comments shed light on their strategy. We just knew exactly what needed to happen. We locked back in on our guards' playmaking, she said. It was a tactical shift that paid dividends, proving that sometimes it's not about matching star power with star power. It's about outsmarting your opponent. This game was a harsh reminder that even the brightest stars can be dimmed by smart coaching and team play. Clark's individual brilliance wasn't enough to overcome the Lynx's coordinated effort. It's a lesson that every rookie, no matter how talented, has to learn sooner or later. Hold up though. Before we write off Clark's impact, there's a twist in this story that's got the whole league buzzing. What if I told you her true influence goes way beyond what shows up in the box score? You see, while Clark's individual stats are impressive, they don't tell the whole story. In fact, when it comes to pace, Clark ranks just 24th among WNBA guards. That might make you think she's not living up to the hype, but here's where things get interesting. Despite Clark's seemingly average ranking in pace, the Indiana Fever has achieved the highest offensive rating in their last 15 games. That's not just a coincidence, folks. It's a clear sign that Clark's presence on the court is elevating her entire team's performance. But how exactly is she doing it? Well, it's all about the little things that don't always show up in the stat sheet. Rebecca Lobo, a legend in her own right, pointed out something crucial about Clark's game. She said, "Clark is one of one in terms of how consistently and quickly she gets the ball up the floor, both passing and dribbling." Think about that for a second. Clark's not just scoring points or dishing out assists. She's controlling the tempo of the entire game. She's making split-second decisions that keep defenses on their toes and create opportunities for her teammates. This unique ability is forcing teams and coaches to completely rethink their strategies. They can't just focus on stopping Clark's scoring. They have to figure out how to slow down her lightning-fast ball movement and disrupt the rhythm she creates for her team. It's not just about adapting to Clark's individual skills. It's about changing the way teams approach the game as a whole. Coaches are having to redesign their defensive schemes, rethink their transition strategies, and find new ways to counter the pace and passing that Clark brings to the table. And here's the kicker. This isn't just affecting the games Clark plays in. It's starting to reshape the strategic landscape of the entire WNBA. Teams are realizing that to compete in this new era, they need players who can match Clark's speed and vision. They're scouting differently, training differently, and playing differently. So while Clark's stats might not always jump off the page, her impact on the game is undeniable. She's not just a rookie sensation. She's a game changer in the truest sense of the word. And as teams continue to adapt and evolve in response to her style of play, we might just be witnessing the dawn of a new era in women's basketball. Caitlin Clark's 25-point game wasn't enough to secure a win. The rookie sensation faced a tough reality check in that game-changing third quarter. But here's the thing, this defeat might be exactly what Clark needs to level up her game. You might be wondering, will Clark crumble under the pressure or use this loss as fuel? Rebecca Lobo thinks there's more to Clark's game than meets the eye. She pointed out Clark's unique ability to advance the ball quickly, something that doesn't show up in traditional stats. So what's next for Clark? Will she bounce back stronger or succumb to the pressures of stardom? One thing's for sure, all eyes are on this rookie phenom as she continues her journey in the WNBA. The question isn't if Clark will respond, but how she'll reshape her game after this eye-opening defeat.